Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. See my voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune in to the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. I hope you are all doing well. Fine Sunday morning here in Wolverhampton, and I hope the weather's good where you are as well. It is game day, and I thought today would be a really good time to do a call-in show just before the kick-off against Leicester. And of course, you've just heard the team news as well. Now, before I take my first call from curlers, I can see you there, curlers. I just wanted to run through the lineup, and obviously in the chat, let me know your thoughts as well. And a big up to Doug, hello to curlers as well. And I know Acid has been here and there as well, so hopefully we get to speak to Acid shortly. But yeah, we've got De Gea in goal, obviously. They've got Delo right back, Lindelof, Martinez as the centre backs, Shaw left back, Sabitzer, Bruno and Fred make up that midfield three. Then we've got Garnacho, Weghorst and Rashford as well as the front three. So Garnacho getting his start there, Weghorst keeping his place. Varane is on the bench. Sancho's also on the bench along with McTominay back from injury, Elanga, Pelistri, Wan-Bissaka, Maino, and Malacia and Heaton as well. So that is our lineup. I'm pretty happy with that, I'll be honest. I'm glad that Garnacho gets a start. Hopefully that he can really relish today and be positive. And I think we have to be honest with Leicester, and I know I'll hear your thoughts shortly as well. But Leicester ain't been in a bad run of form recently. I know they had a rocky start to the season, but you can never write them off for sure. Players like Maddison are players that we need to keep an eye on today. 100% he makes them tick. And I think it's going to be an interesting one. I think ideally we want to start the game quickly, get a goal early-ish. So then, obviously, we can rotate later on, ready for that Barcelona second leg. That's the ideal situation, but when does it actually go ideally? Not very often. But yeah, I'm going to get Akervin up first, because I know Akervin does need to shoot off, so I'm going to get him on very, very quickly to start with. Akervin, how are you doing?
Not too bad, just ready for the game. How are you doing, Soph?
I'm good, thank you. I'm all good. I've broken up for a week from work, and obviously United are playing today, so yeah, I am good. The sun is shining. Let's just hope that we're smiling after the game. But how are you feeling about this one, Akervin?
Look, looks a bit like a rotated lineup. I mean, Sancho's not starting. We've got Elanga on the bench. I mean, the rumors were Elanga and Lindelof were going to start, but I mean, I think Lindelof is starting, but Elanga is not. Which I'm a bit confused, because they said they're going to drop Sancho, but now they're going to start they're going to start Garnacho and Rashford. Is it going to be like a two up front?
No, Weghorst is there as well.
Oh, sorry, Weghorst. Yeah, Weghorst, my bad. I think Garnacho... if we play Rashford on the right again, I don't think it'll be good enough. I don't think it'll be as good as people think it is, because last time we started Rashford on the right, he looked a bit off. He's more of like a inside forward on the left. It's more, but he cuts inside and shoots with his right foot, or he either goes up front, which I think Ten Hag will rotate, obviously, later on in the game. I mean, Varane, I am glad he's being rested, because he's very injury prone.
Yeah.
And I am glad that, I mean, we have a massive Europa League game on Thursday against Barcelona. I do want to touch on the game a little bit. I thought we were unlucky not to win the Barcelona game. I thought we deserved to win. I thought we sort of played I thought we played our game. We went to the Camp Nou. We did our part. We didn't win, but we played very well. We should have won, but
I think we've got to take confidence into that second leg, haven't we? We've got to take confidence from that first one. You are right.
The way Barcelona played did not impress me. It's not the Barcelona of where you have like Messi, you've got Iniesta. Not that type of Barcelona, but it's still Barcelona. The name and the size of the club is still massive.
And to be fair, the Nou Camp has been a fortress for them, hasn't it? So
yeah, we've never won there ever. And so to go there and get a result, pretty good for me. But I think today is a must win as well. Look at City dropped points yesterday. This title running is very, 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 very big. Like it's so intense, because now you're getting towards the latter stages of the season. Now you're going to have to deal with these. You have to deal with a huge run-in, whereas you saw yesterday where City, you saw a complete switch where City beat Arsenal and went top. Arsenal beat Aston Villa. City drop points to Forest. Arsenal go back on top. It's crazy. You have to win your games. If this title run in, the best team the best team will win the league at the end. And if it's going to be us, we have to keep on winning our own games.
I think we just have to stay focused on our own objectives. Obviously, it was always to get top four. We're well in for getting that. Of course, if we can get it with a title, it'd be a bonus. But I think Ten Hag will be very much taking it one game at a time. We've seen all 4 competitions. We only seem to still be doing that.
We'd be how many points off Arsenal again? Sorry, how many points would be off Arsenal?
If we win, are we back to, is it 5, 6?
5, because right now we're 8, yeah.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
I think it's 5, yeah.
But we've still got to beat Leicester. I don't think we should be looking at teams like Arsenal and
8
City
goals
at the moment.
2 games for Leicester
You've just
City.
spoke about it there. In 2 games, we've seen 2 different teams lead the table because it is so up and down every game, isn't it? And with the fixtures we've got, with the amount of rotating, I think we'll need to do in the coming weeks. I feel like you can only beat what's in front of you at the end of the day. And talking about that, this is the team. Doug, thank you so much. Doug, if you want to call in, obviously share your views as well on your thoughts on today's game. And obviously Liverpool's win yesterday. You feel free to jump on, Doug. But we've got Ward, Castagna, Sutar, Wales, Christensen, Mendy, Dewsbury Hall, Maddison, Barnes, Tete, and Iheanacho. Tete obviously having a positive start in a Leicester shirt as well. We always know teams are up for it coming to Old Trafford. You always know that. We played Barcelona in the week, so you think we might be a bit leggy, which is why I think we need to start quickly and get this game done and dusted. And you kind of feel the more that Leicester don't concede, the more they'll grow into it, and they're definitely a threat on the break. So I think we've got to be
We've got to score early. We've got to score early. I think Leicester City will grow into the game as soon as the game flows. Leicester they got a 4-1 winning against Tottenham, which, to be fair with you, let's be honest, Tottenham's defense is just not the best defense in the league right now. And they also beat Aston Villa. They came back from 2-1. They came back from 2-1 down, just like Arsenal did, and won 4-2. Back-to-back 4-2 losses for Villa at home.
Yeah.
Leicester City are no easy team. We every time we play Leicester City, it's never a foregone conclusion. We've seen us drop easy points against Leicester City, but I feel like this time it'll be different. I feel like because the momentum is growing, that the football club's going in the right direction. Obviously, with the 2 new with the 2 bids that have come in, the ownership bids. We don't know who's going to come in, but if it's Qatar, and I hope it is Qatar, the club's only going in the right direction, and it's also a results business, and the results business is also going in the right direction. So as a football club as a whole, Man United are doing fantastic. I believe we're on our way up. So I expect nothing but Man United win today, and I hope Man United do get the victory today.
But before you shoot off, Kevin, I love the confidence. What's your score prediction for today then, and who's scoring?
I'm going for a 2-1 or a 3-1 Man United win, something around that. I have a feeling Bruno will score today, even though I've been slagging him off so much lately because the guy loses the ball so much. Rashford, you pretty much bet on Rashford to score right now. He's scoring every single game, and you know what? I have to speak on that. I'm worried that he's scoring all our goals. It should be, for me, it should be spread out. Like we've got a good team. I hope it's spread out because Rashford can't keep scoring all our goals.
I have a feeling today about Weghorst. I don't know what it is. I've got a sneaky feeling that it could be his day today.
Let's be honest. He did do well in the number 10 role, which people were laughing about. But you know what? I don't know why people were laughing. It's a bit like a Fellaini sort of role. Like the way he came in, he won the ball. You
know what? It's not alien to me though. We already know he presses, which is great. So having him in there as an extra person, obviously, is brilliant to eliminate their deep midfielder. But also on the ball, I've never doubted it. I feel like he's very tidy. His touch is good. His link up is good. We just don't utilise that enough when he's up top.
He needs to finish. He needs to finish his chances, like the one against Barcelona.
Those
chances away.
Had to score 100%. I agree with that.
He had to score
but in terms of his link up and his intelligence in terms of playing the ball and whatnot, I feel like he's given us a different dimension, and I can understand why in the 10 it suits him.
The link up play is there. You can see it. The team builder. He slots Garnacho in for the second goal, which you love to see. But yeah, I am worried that Rashford's scoring all our goals. It should, like I said, it should be spread out, because if Rashford gets injured and we have no other player, who's going to score our goals? I'm worried that Garnacho also needs to start scoring. He scored last week, but I want him to start scoring. I want our midfielders to chip in. I want who else? I want
We've got obviously Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony when he's back.
Anthony, Martial as well when he's back.
Bruno.
Or if he can ever stay fit. Yeah, Bruno. So my issue is we need to get a striker in the summer, a proper striker in the summer, and I think. Like you know how Chelsea were scoring goals last season. The top goal scorer was on 9 goals because it was so spread out. That's why they finished in the top 4. But I want Man United to. I'm liking what Rashford's doing. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying Rashford so much, but it should be spread out because Rashford cannot keep scoring all our goals. But if we miss him, if we don't score goals, then we are in trouble.
Yeah.
So
totally.
we need to find cover.
I get that.
Hopefully
we
win today.
You're right. We do get that win today.
Fingers
we
crossed.
do get that early goal. Fingers crossed. And Aikman, thank you so much. Enjoy the game, and I'm sure we'll chat again at some point. But you take care and enjoy.
Get subscribing. You know, we got to get to 20K.
Thank you. Much love. Take care. Cheers. I've been very positive about today's game. And to be fair, I've got a positive feeling as well. I don't know if it's from the hype still from the Barcelona game, but I do also agree with what Curler said there as well. I fancy us, but we have got to be very wary of them as well. With City obviously giving away a lead, I think, we don't need to look past. I mean, look at the points we've already lost this season. And look at the position we're in. We don't want to lose any more silly points. So I'm going to get Curlis up next because he's been waiting. Curlis, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. You look forward to the game?
Buzzing. I've been up since 9:30. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a feel-good factor again. You know, getting up and just the blood pumping that we're playing so well.
Yeah.
And we're always scoring in games. You know, it's just like the Fergie days. So, yeah, as I say, I'm happy as a fan. I mean, I've had to avoid the social media, too much fighting with the sale, which I don't think is right. I mean,
I purposely haven't really. All I've done is retweet the facts on it. Obviously, that certain people have put a bid in, but I haven't really commented on it because I agree. I think it's kind of dividing the fan base a bit. It's not meant to do that. For me, I just want whoever the best person to take over who is going to put this club in the right direction and on the right stead, and whoever that may be, I will back. Do you know what I mean? And that's my opinion on it. We all know we want the Glazers out. So yeah, I've kind of took a back step, and I'm just waiting to see where it goes. Really, but it's all positive. It's all positives for me.
Yeah, I mean, my only comment, the only one that I've given, and I intend to, was a reply to a guy who was moaning about Qatar, saying how he would ruin the club. And I said, so you want the Glazers to stay then? Because if the Glazers stay, Man United are finished. We now know if the Glazers stay, the club is doomed. There's no chance it'll stay as a top club. So they've got to go.
Yeah, I agree. Like I say, for me, the fact that we've had these bids come in is a positive. I don't understand the debate. Whoever takes over, surely, we will choose with the best interest of the club going forwards. We've already mentioned up to the debt and stuff we're in at the minute, and we know that this needs to happen. So I'm taking a back step. I'm kind of just watching things unfold, watching it happen, and getting excited really at the prospect of Ten Hag being backed and United being back again. That's my thought process. But you mentioned that you're looking forward to the game again, as we always am. This season because of Ten Hag and what he's built here. Obviously, the Barcelona game in the week, we didn't win, but a very positive performance nonetheless. And for me, the way we went there, Curtis, and took the game to them, it's exciting because how many times have we seen it where we've sat back and we've kind of just waited to break, and every time we went forward, I felt like we looked like we could have scored, and it was a really promising performance, and I saw a lot of progress in that performance. I don't know what you thought, Curtis.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, if it took, 10 minutes, I think, for them to find their feet. And then once they started to get into that back line, they sort of realised just how easy it was.
Yeah.
And every single attack. I mean, they should have scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
I mean, they really should have scored.
What was your thought on the Rashford, the challenge on Rashford as well, which Ten Hag obviously was furious about?
Absolute shocker. I mean, it's a clear red card all day long.
Yeah, I don't know how it wasn't given. For me, Rashford is clean through on goal there. And the form is in. Why on earth would he go down in that situation? Unless obviously
almost as bad as the Leeds one when it was Junior, the number 3, and whoever it was ran past him and he dragged him back.
Was it McTominay? Was it? I can't remember who it was now. The Firpo challenge, you mean? Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. The Junior Firpo challenge.
Yeah, as I said, he did 2 of them one of them was a bad foul on Anthony, I think it was, and that should have been a red. But there was another one where he dragged the guy back, and it was a clear, it was the last man. It might have even been Rashford, and he dragged him back. And
I think it might have been.
It should have been a red then.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. I was going to say, let's move on to today's game. Because obviously, there's plenty of positives to take from that Barcelona one, but we do have to bear in mind fitness and whatnot. We've got Barcelona again, obviously, on Thursday. So, where's your mind at going into this Leicester game today, Curlers? Like, I'm guessing you're confident. You've been up since 9:30. Is it a case of just getting through and getting the points and then moving on to that second leg? Or do you actually fancy us to put out a stellar performance today to be at it from the off?
They'll do what they've done under Ten Hag. He'll drive the team. He'll expect them to go out relatively quick. I think they'll have to keep the ball, no sloppy stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll just basically grind the result out.
Yeah, and that's what I see today, more of like a grinding of that result. I don't think, and I'm not saying it'll be a lacklustre performance, but I just think it's going to be a measured performance. Preferably, like I said earlier, we'll start quickly, get a few early goals, and then we can rotate in that second half to rest players ready for Thursday. That's the ideal, isn't it?
Well, pardon me. The early goal should bring them forward.
Yeah.
As opposed to if they get it, we've then got to come out. I still think, all things being equal, there's enough there. The only one that sort of bothers me is that I understand he's rotating and try to keep Varane fit.
Yeah.
But Lindelof, being parachuted in. It's a bit
I get that, and I just hope that having Martinez alongside him, such a leader, as we know, and somebody who's just on it. Like, I feel like that might make Lindelof feel a bit more confident, a bit secure, hopefully. Obviously, Lindelof and Maguire is a different story. You haven't got that assured man next year, but I feel like with Martinez there, he has. So I'm just hoping that puts him in good stead. And obviously, Sabitzer, he's playing in the midfield again. What's your thoughts on his start in his United shirt?
I mean, it looks very composed, very calm. I think we're all going to be glad when Casemiro's back and he's next to him. I think it's going to look a very accomplished duo. They're both comfortable on the ball, good passing range.
What I like about Sabitzer as well, it's a threat outside the box, isn't it? Like some of his shots. I know he's scored a few screamers, obviously, in the Bundesliga, but we've already seen glimpses of that as well at United. Like, he isn't afraid to have a shot from outside the box, is he?
No, as I say, he's known for it. He's got the highest goal-scoring tally from outside the box in the Bundesliga, I think. Certainly last year he did anyway. So, as I say, I'm looking forward to it. I told you weeks ago I fancied United for 2 trophies, and we're well and truly on. I told you. And Nick Pope getting sent off last night was hilarious.
I was on Hendu yesterday, so obviously I was constantly trying to check the score for Arsenal. I saw they were losing. I was like, yes. And then afterwards, when I got back to the locker, I checked it, and I was like, oh no, they've won. And then with the Newcastle one, I don't even actually see what happened. I'm sure Doug will enlighten us in a minute as well. But I've only seen the actual screenshot pictures. Does Nick Pope forget he's outside the box? To me, it looks like he just slides and picks the ball. What even is happening? I literally didn't see
He was doing the sweep. He was doing the sweeper keeper. It was Alisson released the early ball. It was just a big long ball, because that's what Liverpool were yesterday. It was long ball specialists.
They got the point, so it's one of them. Like the season they've had.
Salah sprinted onto the ball. Nick Pope come running out. I tried to head it, didn't head it, fell forward, and rather than just let the ball run off him, he grabbed onto it.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and I was thinking, hang on, what has happened here? Like, it just looked bizarre from just the screenshot that I saw.
It's just a weird thing. It must have been nerves more than anything.
I'll take it though, because the Brentford can't play as cup tied, so now obviously they're playing third, fourth choice keeper in the final. So of course I'll take it. But it was just a bit of a bizarre one all around that one. But Curlers, you mentioned today you're feeling confident. What's your score prediction then for this one?
3-1.
3-1?
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I think Rashford will get maybe 1 or 2. Bruno, I think, will get a goal.
Yeah.
So, as I say, I just don't see us losing. That's the thing with us right now. You can't see us losing.
Yeah, we've got a good resilience about us. Even when we do go a goal down, we still show that kind of grit to come back, which I don't think we had obviously for a while, but we do seem very resilient, and the mentality has definitely shifted in a positive way for sure. But Curlis, I hope that you are right. 3-1 is a good shout. Hopefully Rashford can continue his fine form as well. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And it would be great to see Bruno getting a goal as well. I want to apologise as well, obviously, for the lack of content last week. Work has just been hectic, like I've been on a hen do as well. But this week I am off, so I will be doing more regular content, and hopefully Curlis, I can speak to you again soon as well. But yeah, all that's left to say is enjoy the game. Hopefully we do get those 3 points, and it's a good performance nonetheless.
Okay, I'll see you later.
You take care. Take care, Curlis. Cheers. Curlis, I have got a few first-time callers as well that do want to jump on. So I've got Boyson. I'm going to get you on quickly next. I am finishing around 1:45, obviously, to get me ready to watch the game myself. So I'm going to blast through as many as I can. So I've got Boyson. Boyson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Sophie?
Good. I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for calling. How are you feeling about the game today?
I think so. We'll win. I just want one thing. I just want goals apart from Rashford. I think so. Rashford needs help. I think so. He's our main outlet. It's just scoring. So I just need a few more people to chip in. Be it because just need that because I think so. We could be the dark horse in this title race, and I think so. I want us to be the dark horse because I don't want us to be a top four club. And looking at a top four club, since like Newcastle did drop points yesterday, and I think so we should be comfortable in the top four now. So I think so we should be aiming to be the dark horse and trying to challenge Arsenal and City.
Yeah, so obviously you don't want us to be complacent, which I think is a good point. You want us to just keep pushing. And you mentioned there, I mean, Aikman touched on it as well about spreading those goals out. I did mention Weghorst earlier. I got a feeling about him today. What's your thoughts on him so far? Because obviously he's played in the 10 a few times. He's played up top. Weghorst seemed to be like a player that can be versatile in Ten Hag's system. Do you rate him? Do you like him?
I think so. He could be a good squad player. I think so. We are still trying to adjust playing having a big man up front. I think so.
Yeah.
Ten Hag doesn't like a player like him. I think so. He wants more like an Anthony Martial player. He can get involved.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason he's pulled him back and he's playing on playing on the number 10 position. I think so. He's a good player, but yeah, it's a 6 month loan. I don't think so. We will extend anything, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, ultimately we do need a better striker in the summer. Hopefully the new owners,
well, it kind of seems if we get a takeover, obviously which is anticipated now, like we'll have a big marquee signing. It just like it will look like it will be a centre forward. I mean, ideally, who would you like to see us bringing in? Realistically, of course, who would you like to see us bringing in the summer?
I think so. A couple of good players are there. You have Victor Osimhen, but I think so he's going to cost a big amount. I think so. Ivan Toney could be a great fit for this team. I think so. Very underrated striker, and I think so he'll fit into this team perfectly. I think
it's going to be those are your choices. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how Ten Hag is backed with this whole takeover, because obviously we've seen what he's done already. I mean, even players like Casemiro probably weren't his first choice, but look how he's come into this team and transformed us. Sabitzer, I think, was a very nifty signing as well in a January transfer window. And even Weghorst, to be fair, a lot of people framed it obviously coming from Burnley and whatnot, but to be fair, I think he's shown his attributes and he has given us something a bit different. So I'm excited to see where we go with Ten Hag in future. But right now, obviously we've got Leicester coming up today. How are you feeling going into this one? And also, what is your score prediction, hand on heart?
I think we'll win 2-0. I think so. It will be a comfortable win for us. 60 minutes, we'll score 2 goals, and then we'll have all the squad players coming back, rotating arm. I think so. We'll keep a clean sheet. I believe that Leicester do not have that much of a threat. I think so we can deal. They have a threat, but we can deal with it. Overall, yes, I think so. It will be a comfortable win 2-0.
I like it. I like the positivity, and hopefully you are right with that one. And thank you so much, Boyson, for calling. Hopefully we can speak to you again soon.
Yes.
And obviously I hope you enjoy the game.
Sure. Love from India, and also everyone please subscribe.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good one. Cheers. There's Boyson there with good points. Obviously, again, feeling confident going into this game, which is always nice to hear. I have got Sachiv. I hope I'm saying that right, Sachiv, up next. So we'll get you on very, very shortly. But I just want to delve in again and say that obviously Lindelof is starting with Martinez at the back. Delow is getting his start today. Shaw's reverted back to left back. Sabitzer starts. Fred starts again. Bruno. Weghorst, Rashford, and Garnacho is getting a start. Just to repeat the team to those who've joined a bit late. Sachiv, how are you doing?
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. How are you feeling about the game today?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. But it's gonna be a very tough game because as we are playing a very we are playing a very good reviving
Yep.
side. So I just feel it's gonna be a slightly tough game. So I'm gonna go with 2-1 win.
2-1.
Rashford brace.
Everyone's confident on Rashford today, and I love that. You can't not back him at the moment with the form he's in.
Yeah,
He's obviously
exactly. I'm so happy. From last season. Even though he was having his worst season. I just kept on having faith on him that like next season he's going to be good, because
yeah.
He's like I like the way how Ten Hag has so much faith in him. He believed that he will score. He will score 20 goals in a season. Like how many goals does he have this season? 12, right? 12 so far. 12 Premier League goals.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah,
it's 12 Premier League goals, right? Yeah, I mean he'll score 20 this season. I believe in him.
He's literally going from strength to strength, and what I like, obviously you mentioned there, last season wasn't his best season by any means. We all know that. He knows that, and I remember having many chats on his channel. Obviously, a lot of people getting on his back, a lot of people saying sell him, and I remember in particular talking to curlers and saying actually, like I think it's clear to see goes beyond football. There's obviously something not right with Rashford. You could just see it in his body language. To see him smiling this year, obviously doing his celebration, which is going global. I just love it.
To be honest with you. To be honest, that celebration was first created by I think it was Ruben Neves. He made the first celebration.
See, my dad's a Wolves fan, and obviously he's trying to banter me about this, and he was like, well, Rashford's taken Neves' celebration. I actually think the celebrations are slightly different. Neves doesn't.
I just feel it's
and then Rashford kind of makes a big point of like standing. And it's a very slight difference. Don't get me wrong, but I do think it's a slight difference.
He just kind of like he kind of just waited for it, and he just did this.
Yeah, and it's all about positive mindset. We were doing assemblies, obviously I'm a teacher, and they were doing assemblies at school last week to the kids about like positive mindset, and they used Rashford as the prime example, and they used the Wolves game, to be fair, about how Rashford obviously was disciplined, came on, got the win goal and whatnot. And the fact that he obviously keeps referring to this positive mindset, and obviously, and I just think it's so good that he's fought back, and he's just proven that actually he can get over it. Like whatever it was that was troubling last season, he's got over it, and now he's obviously bigger and better than he has been. So fair play to Rashford. Yeah, nothing but love for him. But this game today against Leicester isn't going to be a pushover. We know that. Are you feeling confident? And yeah, how many goals do you think Rashford's going to score then? Because everyone seems to be going for Rashford goals.
I'll
think it's 2? You're going to stick to 2?
2-1 because I have a feeling. I think either Iñárritu or maybe James Maddison. They've got
a threat. They've got a threat, haven't they? Yeah, definitely. And Maddison, I think, is the key one to keep quiet for them.
He's that one key player that we have to keep in quiet this whole game. So. I saw the lineup, and Rashford on the right. I mean, I don't know, but
Could Ten Hag be a bit clever with this, and could he maybe push Bruno out wide, drop Rashford centrally, and put Weghorst in the 10 like he has been? I'm just throwing that out there. Like maybe that could be something we look at.
And also, I was thinking he might be resting. He might probably trying to rest Sancho for the next leg. I guess maybe that's why I was thinking.
There you go. Rashford has 22 in all comps. There's the actual stat for you.
22 goals in all comp.
He's flying. He's absolutely flying, and hopefully he can continue that today. But Sachiv, I want to say a massive thank you. This is your debut on Ladies in Red, and hopefully we can get you on again at some point. I really appreciate you calling.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna and the game kicks off at 1 a.m. from Australia, and I'm in Sydney.
Oh, nice. Love that. That's dedication right there. Love that. Well, hopefully,
I'm wearing a home t-shirt, by the way.
I love it. Hopefully, we make it work for you staying up for. Yeah.
One last question. Are we in a title race?
Personally, me, like with the lack of consistency that we have had, obviously
Yes.
the start of the season we had, I would say no, but it's hard to kind of write us off now when you look at City dropping points as well. If we win today, I think it's hard to say that we're not. However, I do
Exactly.
not want to
Yeah.
get sucked into that. I think our objective should always top 4 and a trophy, and we're
Top four
still
and
on for
trophy.
top 4 and a trophy. If we happen to win a title, of course I'll take it, but I just
It is
don't
what
think
it
we should
is,
get
man.
distracted. Yeah, exactly. We take it one game at a time. The main thing is just getting that, obviously getting that trophy.
So basically, this season, would you rather let Man City win or Arsenal win the league this season?
Preferably neither.
Neither.
Neither. Yeah, preferably.
For me personally, I would say Arsenal because I don't want City to win 3 in a row.
You know what? I always say the best team should win it, and for me, Arsenal have probably been the most consistent team
Arsenal
this
have been the
season,
best
and you
team.
can't.
As much as I really hate them, they have.
Yeah.
I have to
You
admit
know
they
what?
have been the best team.
It's the fans that are just. I think I'll go into
The
hibernation
FTV
forever because I
especially.
can't really
Arsenal
deal
fan
with
TV,
that.
the
I'll
ones
never
I've
live it down. At least if it was City, I guess they're kind of used to it. Whereas if it's Arsenal, I just don't think we'll ever live it down, especially on social media and that. So yeah, maybe that sways it a little bit. But no, I think the best team should win it, and they've definitely been the most consistent
Exactly,
at this
yeah.
point. It'd be interesting to see now how the cope obviously under pressure, which I think, to be fair, yesterday I think was a big turning point in that title. I think City dropping points the way they did. I don't
Nottingham
know.
Forest. Like I genuinely can't
Yeah.
believe like the amount of
That's all.
chances they have wasted, man. It's crazy.
That's what I mean. It's unforgivable, isn't it? How wasteful they have been. And yeah, I think, like I said, the best team at the end of the season is the most consistent one, and Arsenal so far have been that. You can't really look past that, can you? But Sachiv, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
calling
much.
in.
Well
Enjoy
done.
the game. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Hit the
Come on, United.
likes. Hit the likes up.
Thank you. Hit the likes for my amazing guests as well. You take care. Enjoy the game.
Take care of
Cheers.
yourself. Bye.
Bye. And I've got Doug on next. Doug, obviously, Liverpool fan, you witnessed the Pope mistake, so I am going to ask you about that shortly. But also, I'm going to get Doug's thoughts on today's tie as well. Doug, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. It's half term, so I'm smiling, so I'm feeling good about that. And you're smiling, I'm sure, after that win yesterday, because that Newcastle game could have been a tricky one for you.
It was a very strange game of football because when we went 2-0 up, we kind of gave up. Especially after sort of like Pope's red card, which I don't know what he was doing. I do not know why he was out there. Like, obviously, he had I think he had Sher, and I think Bottom was coming back. But yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to. I think what he was trying to do, he was trying to head the ball. I think he was trying to head the ball out of play, and what happened was I think he got over the ball, and unfortunately, is one of his hands actually touches the ball. And unfortunately, it's the rules are the rules. If you touch the ball outside your box as a goalkeeper, it's an automatic red card.
On the still screen, like the picture that I saw, it literally looks like he's just dived. And I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's he doing?
But no, it's a big win because I thought Newcastle played really, really well, even with 10 men. So Maximan was very, very good. He was given man of the match yesterday, which I think was probably right.
Yeah, I got home literally as Jota had 3 chances in a row, a header, a 1v1 kind of a chance, and I was thinking, they're going to make it 3 very shortly. But that was the only bit I saw of the game was towards the end when Jota was on. But yeah, I think it's a big win for you guys. And how are you feeling about top 4 this season now? Because obviously you've got players coming back from injury. It's starting to look a bit more up for Liverpool fans, isn't it?
Well, I think one of your guests asked, are Manchester United in a title race? Well, you can kind of ask the same question. Are Liverpool in the top 4 race? Yes, you would say so now. For me, I think you are in the title race. If you win the day, then definitely. I think it's all about consistency after that. But I think Manchester United, I was looking actually at the run-ins that Arsenal and City have got. Manchester United actually, okay, I think they've still got to go to Anfield on the 5th of March. But Arsenal still got to go to Anfield. They still got to go to St James's Park. I think you guys have still got to go to St James's Park. You guys have a favourable run-in. So apart from obviously City and Arsenal, I think United are definitely in this race. For us, it's all about sort of now trying to win. There's 16 games left. Last season, when we were obviously in a title race, I think we won 14 out of 16 games last season. So if we have a sort of a similar run to last season, that would be very, very good. But I have to say, the results in the Premier League this week have been very unpredictable.
Yeah,
to say the very least.
Checking my phone whilst I was on the hen, and this was about, I don't know, 3:40, something like that. So most of the first halves were nearly up, and I was looking, and every single game was 0-0 at that point when I looked, and I was like, this is a new one. Match of the day is going to be exciting tonight. Like, I'm thinking, what's going on here? But yeah, there's been, and that's what I mean. Like, people say, oh, you're in a title race and whatnot. It's all about that consistency, and I think we're very up and down in that sense. Obviously, been much better latter stage of the season and whatnot, but we've got a lot of fixtures, a lot of competitions that we're still in. And that's why I'm not full on like, yeah, we're in a title race. I think if we win today, like you say, I think it's hard to deny that we are. But for me, like, we're not going to go out and be like, oh, we're chasing that title. We'll never come out and say that, because that was never our objective this season. And the fact we are there is, I think, a credit to Ten Hag and what he's done. But he's always top 4 in a trophy, and that was always our objective, and we're well into doing that. So, yeah, maybe after we win a trophy, we can start to be like, you know what, let's just go for it. But for me, like that's got to be the priority, hasn't it?
I know, and the fact is that you come to Anfield 2 weeks' time today. Exactly. That's going to be a very, very interesting game, actually.
It is.
Especially with United's recent record at Anfield as well.
Yeah, and I think with Ten Hag, the Barcelona game the other day, previous United, you'd have been like, oh, we'll sit back, we'll kind of try to hold them and then maybe try and poach on the break, but we didn't do that. We took the game to Barcelona. I know it took us a bit to settle, as Curler said, but once we did, like, I felt like every time we went forward, we could have scored. Now, that's why we were frustrated at the end of it, but I think it shows that we've got a different mentality now. We don't really fear anybody under Ten Hag, and it's just brilliant to see, so refreshing as a United fan to see that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, there were a couple of decisions that didn't go your way the other night. I have to agree with Curlers. I think obviously I said in the chat how that was not a red card for Jules Koundé, even a penalty. I don't think it was even checked as well. I think the referee just like basically got on with it. But no, it was a very enjoyable game as a neutral. And from obviously like watching it, I was watching it through here. I had my iPad there, and obviously I was like doing the watch along. And yes, it took Manchester United like a little bit of time to get into it, but once they got into it, I thought they played very, very well. And next week is going to be a very, very intriguing game. The Thursday game, because I actually think with United having that home advantage, you've only beaten them once. Like I did say this on the watch. I think it's like 5 Barcelona wins, 4 draws, and 1 Manchester United win, and that was the Paul Scholes goal that beat Barcelona. So I actually think you've got a better opportunity to beat them this time, because I'm still not convinced of Marcos Alonso as a centre back. Like, it's 2023 and we're seeing Marcos Alonso.
He always scores against us, though. He always scores against us. I don't know what it is. It does my head in. I knew. Like, if anyone's going to score, it's going to be him. But I think, Gavi and Pedri there, that puts us in good stead, definitely, because they're obviously really influential players for them in that midfield.
Yeah.
And I do think, we've got to fancy ourselves, we've got to back ourselves, but at the same time, we can't be too open, because we just know players like Lewandowski, they can hurt you. Rafinha obviously hurt us the other day as well. So it's an interesting one. But today's game against Leicester, Doug.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that as a neutral watching it? Like, what are you going for?
I think Leicester have improved slightly. I think it's all about sort of consistency with them. You know, they have beaten Tottenham 4-1. They have beaten Leicester 4. They beat Aston Villa 4-2 as well. Aston Villa back-to-back 4-2 defeats at home to Leicester and Arsenal. Not the best. I think it's gonna be a tricky game. I think as well the exploits that you guys did against Barcelona, I think you might potentially start a little bit slowly. Mm-hmm. You might better start a bit slowly. I think Leicester might be a little bit too, big like in your. I think they will start probably the quicker of the two. But it's a tricky one. It's a very, very tricky one to call, because, as I say, Leicester are in very, very good form. But so are you guys. Are you like 13 or 14 unbeaten at home or something like that? So I look at that, and I look at the home advantage, and yes, I know he's made a couple of changes, but it's players that can definitely come in and do a job. If I've got to say, I've got 2-1 Manchester United in this game. I've got 2-1 United. I think they will just sneak this one.
Yeah, I can see us conceding. Guys like Madison, I think they've just gone
Yeah.
knack, haven't they? And I do feel like with Lindelof in there, and I'm not blaming Lindelof, I just feel like making changes at the back sometimes it takes players time to fit in and whatnot. So I just feel like we might concede, but I do feel like going forwards we've got enough quality. I will give my prediction at the end as well. But Doug, thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we can do a show before that Liverpool game as well. We'll do a little preview.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. But all I have to say is enjoy the rest of your Sunday, enjoy the game, and hopefully United get the win. Hopefully, for my sake anyway. Hopefully United get the win. But yeah, so thank you so much. And obviously, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe to the Dugout as well. Fantastic content over there with Doug. Always very balanced in his views, as I'm sure you've heard on here. So yeah, go and check him out as well. But thank you, Doug. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
Cheers.
See you soon. Enjoy the game. See you later. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. And then last up, we've got Clyde. Clyde, you keep going in there, so I'm hoping I can catch you very, very quickly. How are you doing?
Hey, Soph, can you hear me?
I can hear you good. You okay?
I'm doing great. Hope you're doing fine.
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you feeling about the game today?
I'm actually a bit more confident than most. I think we haven't had the chance to see Sabitzer and Fred put in like a show of like what they can do as a midfield too. And I think today is going to be the day because with the last, I believe it's 2 games, we haven't had Casemiro in the Premier League. So they should have had the benefit of like reps playing together, and they should have something to show today. And I think it might even be a better help to them, considering if Ten Hag is still playing Weghorst in the 10, that level of pressing that he gave against Barca might help sort of Sabitzer get more time like to play offensive football.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I think we've already spoke about it. Obviously, we can't be complacent. We've got to be at this game. Like, we've got to be up for it because we know that Leicester are a threat. But the form that we are in at the moment, I mean, we showed it against Barcelona. We don't really fear anybody, and I'm just hoping that continues today. I hope Doug said, like, naturally we should be making a slower start, but I'm hoping that the changes kind of rejuvenate us a little bit. The likes of Garnacho, I hope is at it today because I do feel like going forwards we can cause them plenty of problems for sure. But what's your thoughts on Rashford's season so far and the changes he has made? A lot of people are saying obviously he's up for the Ballon d'Or, he's world class and all this. But for me, it's just so good to see him smiling again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think thoughts on his season are basically that he, even with the celebration that he keeps doing, I think he's got to a mental level where he's exactly he's unlocked the idea that like he played with Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, for a bit of time in this season, and then Cristiano Ronaldo leaves, and he gets this thing of like, okay, number one, there's a responsibility to playing for Manchester United, and number two, the thing that made that guy great was he basically looked to score against everybody and was unfazed. And once he got, I think, to a point where it's like he's been to the World Cup, he's seen Mbappe have a similar style to him. He's played next to a legend in Cristiano Ronaldo, and then he gets to this thing where he realizes like these are all just human beings, and it's really just about the mindset that they have when they go on the pitch. So if I can do my version of that, I'm gonna be good. He then scored, I think, on that winning streak that we had, where he's just like scoring every game, and we had a couple. No, in fact, maybe it was like a trio of games where we were winning where we score 3 goals. And he just got to that point where it's like, you know what? Every time I'm on the pitch, that's my job. Like if I can get to that level where whenever I'm on the pitch, I'm putting one in, I'm good. So I'm really excited for his season. And I think if he keeps this mentality up where he feels every 90 minutes he gets, he owes himself a goal, he could keep this on even like for the next 3-4 seasons.
And I think Benny McCarthy deserves a lot of credit, even adding headers to his game as well, which you never really saw from Rashford.
The headers are amazing.
Yeah, he's doing amazing, and it obviously gets us excited every time because you're thinking Rashford's going to score again today. Like, you just don't doubt him at the moment. But what's your thoughts on today's game? What's your honest score prediction?
Score prediction is actually 2-0. Like I said, I think I'm a bit more confident than most. I know Leicester have been hitting a patch of form of late, but I mean, Barcelona had a run of form before they faced us at the Camp Nou, and they were the ones lucky to walk away with a draw. So it's not exactly the same team that played in Barcelona, but Ten Hag will have us up for the game. Garnacho has something to prove. His last start wasn't a great start. The last time he started a game, so he should be looking to put in a better performance. Like I said, I'm thinking Sabitzer and Fred are going to do great, and with Martinez in the the defense, I'm never worried. I think the biggest threat that we should face from Leicester is just along the wings, because Shaw and Dalot, I feel, are the more offensive and the less defensive of our fullbacks. Like whenever we have Wan-Bissaka and Malacia, I feel like defensively we're fine. So maybe that's where there's a slight question mark, but I'm still confident enough for Tunio.
Love that, and hopefully you're right. Guys.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and Clyde, thank you so much, honestly. Please make sure you hit a like on the video for the amazing guests that I've had on, Clyde included in that. Hopefully,
Thank you
Clyde, we
very
get to
much.
speak to you again soon as well. Hopefully, you'll call in for the next one.
Most definitely, I'm gonna try to become a regular, actually.
Yeah, I'd love that, honestly. You have some great views to share, so hopefully we can have a chat in future, and hopefully smiling after a win today. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
For sure. Enjoy the game.
Thank you. Enjoy. You take care. Guys, I'm going to round it off, obviously, so people can go and get their drink and get ready for the game, as I'm going to do as well. I just want to say a big shout out to everyone who's called in today. Thank you so much. And if you haven't had a chance today, hopefully on the next call-in show, which I will do most likely on Thursday night, you guys can join me there as well. I just want to shout out as well, I will be doing my ECL stream. I'll continue my Hogwarts Legacy stream later on tonight. It will be at 6:30. So if you could join me there, that would be brilliant. Over on ECL, I will pop a tweet out later as well. And obviously the FIFA stream will continue tomorrow night. But yeah, as I promised, content will be very consistent this week. I have been working hard, but this week I'm on holiday, so I will hopefully be putting a lot of time into this YouTube. But yeah, come on United, 3 points today. I'm going to go with a 3-1. I'm going to go with a Rashford goal, a Sabitzer goal, and a Bruno Fernandes goal. And for them, maybe a Maddison free kick or some kind of set piece. But yeah, come on, United. 3 points, hopefully. Drop a like on the video, like I say, for all the guests that I've had on. Thank you to everybody. If I have missed your comments, I apologise, but just drop it underneath. I'll always reply to you there. And all that's left to say is have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Come on, United. Take care. Cheers.